Welcome back, everybody. As the weather is heating up, so are Austin's social events. The iconic Hot Luck Festival returns this weekend, Memorial Day weekend, and Executive Director Neil Maris is joining us, along with Amanda Turner, chef de cuisine of one of my favorite restaurants, Ola May. Y'all, good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. All right, Neil, we're going to start with you. Can't remember off the top of my head how long this fest has been going on now, but it's a pretty big deal. So if you wouldn't mind, just remind us a little bit about the festival and what folks can expect when they walk up.
Yes, it's been going on since 2017. It's a 4-day food and music festival. We're at 4 different locations this year for the food events. It's at Franklin Barbecue on Thursday night.
Because I know Aaron was like instrumental in this.
It's kind of his brainchild.
Yeah.
Thursday is at Franklin Barbecue, and that one's called Giddy Up. Friday is at Assembly Hall, and that one is called Night Moves. That's a brand new event for us. Saturday is kind of like our big, the biggest event is kind of like the main one. It's called El Fuego out at Jester King, and then Sunday is at Fair Market, and it's called Camp Sunnyside. It's a brunch-themed event.
Lovely.
Yep.
Well, and all of those venues are absolutely fantastic as
Yeah.
well. So that should be really fun. Okay, I was going to ask about what's new this year, but you already brought up Night Moves. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, so Night Moves at Assembly Hall, the theme is kind of like a street food themed event. So
I
people
love this theme.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good theme.
Yeah.
Very fun.
So it kind of has like an 80s cinematic theme to it, but everyone's just kind of creating something that you get on street food. I think like the main tent at that one is East Coast seafood tent, so where we have 3 chefs just doing their take on some East Coast classics.
Wow. Okay. All right. My husband would love that. All right. Let's talk about El Fuego. First of all, Jester King. I love it. If you have not been, go and see the goats. They're amazing.
Yes.
You have
They're
to see the
amazing.
goats. They're so cute.
It's so cute. Okay. And Jester King has a ton of space for people to come out there and have fun.
And the ghosts are one reason why we went out there. So initially, El Fuego was at a place called Wylonian Ranch. It closed, but they had longhorns, and so we just kind of switched the longhorns for goats.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's a big sprawling. It's a live fire event, so all the chefs are doing some sort of grilling, of some sort. But yeah, it's just it's one of the better events that we do. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of fun. Okay, talk to us about some of the participating chefs, because yes, we are honoring local, but also we're bringing in some big names.
Yeah, so chefs come from all over. Some of the, I guess, bigger ones are Amanda Schulman from Philadelphia. The Event Tide guys that are doing they're doing a lobster roll on Friday night. Some more like locals are Becky Mason from Houston. She's Bake Shop is doing some baking.
Fluff Bake Bar.
Yeah, delicious.
Delicious.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes.
Super good.
If you two say delicious, I
Yes.
believe you. Okay.
We're big fans.
Okay.
And then like for me from Estee is also, there's just a whole bunch. Like anyone that's good in Austin is pretty much at Hot Luck.
Lovely. Well, and that's why you've gone for so many years.
That's why.
It's like, she's like, I can't even remember. Is it my 4th? Is it my 5th? I can't remember how many times I've been there. But you have one chef in particular that you're really looking forward to meeting.
Yes, Mason Hereford of Turkey and the Wolf from New Orleans. He's a very cool guy. I got to meet him last year. But he always makes very creative and exciting food.
You said he owned a sandwich shop, so
Yes.
I don't know how to picture it. But
it's
he
nothing
must
like
be,
what you expect.
Okay. I was like, a really good muffaletta, or
Kind of. But like as far as the vibe, think like the Grateful Dead, rollerblades, and Legos. That's the vibe.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, interesting. Kind of a throwback vibe.
Totally,
Okay.
yes.
I like that. All right. Can you tell us, if you wouldn't mind, what it feels like to participate, just since you've been a part of the group for so many years?
Of course. One thing I love about Hot Luck is that it is kind of feels like you remember summertime when you're a kid and like you're getting out of school and you get to go have fun. That's what it feels like. It's like really kicking off the summer. And there's just so many different kinds of chefs, so much kinds of food, and the music is fantastic. Like you just don't really see such an inclusive kind of event.
Cool.
And in my opinion, it is the best event in Austin. Thank you.
Oh, that was a really nice compliment right there, Neil. And then you said as well, like, because I was asking, do you educate people, when they walk up and that sort of thing? You're like, no, girl, it's dinner and a show.
Yes.
Like, I finally get to show you how good I am at what I do.
100%, and especially El Fuego is all live fire cooking.
Yeah.
So you get to see chefs in their element, actually like working with heat, working with different kinds of grills, smoking. it's just really exciting and super cool.
And this, whatever we're looking at right here on a plate, smells absolutely incredible, y'all. It smells so good. And so is this going to be part of your El Fuego offering?
It is.
Okay, talk to me about it.
Yes, so this year El Fuego, I'm actually representing my pop-up, the Fiery Talon.
Okay.
We are a cult of sorts.
Well, at least you said it out loud.
Well, the whole thing is we want you to join us.
Ah.
So what we do is we make fantasy-inspired food, and it's usually very spicy. What I brought today is not super spicy, but we have a focus on a lot of unique spices in general, particularly Szechuan peppercorns and a little bit of Japanese influence.
Okay, a little bit of kind of going Asian style.
Yes.
So you have some toppings to finish these off.
Yes, I do.
What have you done so far, just so we know?
Yes, so whenever you're buying wings and you want to grill them, grilling is one of my favorite ways to cook them, but not super common. Personally, I always brine them. So I brine them overnight in a 3% brine, salt brine.
Okay.
And then you dry them off. And I just bake these in the oven at 400 for about 20 minutes. It dries out the skin. So when you put it on the grill and you glaze it, you get this beautiful char.
Okay, because the char is gorgeous.
The char is the best part.
Yeah. Okay. Knowing that a brining is like an important step of this process helps me out a lot.
Yeah.
They also have like this beautiful like glaze gorgeousness on them.
Yes.
What is that?
So this is a whiskey honey glaze from Olame. So this is kind of like me bringing the two worlds together.
Cool.
We do fine dining Southern cuisine, so it's always fun to bring in some of those elements. And we get local honey, and we use rye whiskey.
All right. Okay. So then the toppings for the wings go as follows.
Yes. So first, we're going to add a little bit more glaze because you can never have too much. Also, it helps to tamp down some of the spice.
Okay, so I can tell that you're a fan of maybe kicking people's palates up a little bit.
Yes, and one thing I will say for sure that's going to be happening at the actual Hot Luck event is we'll be doing the Fiery Talon Challenge.
Oh.
And offering a extraordinarily spicy sauce to go alongside these wings.
Good luck.
For those of you that are willing. And then I have this curry spice mix, which has some
I
Szechuan
love
peppercorns in
the
it as
look
well.
of this. I was like turmeric for sure,
Yes.
but you said curry
Yes.
as well. Yeah.
There's also some Korean chilies in there. And like I said, Szechuan peppercorns, which make your mouth more numb and less like flat heat.
Okay.
It keeps it interesting.
Keeps it interesting.
You know, you have to have fun.
I feel like I'm getting punished, but with good food.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
All right, some nice cilantro maybe going on top.
Yep, we got some cilantro. We have some chives because a little onion never hurt anyone. And then these are actually beni seeds.
Well, I'm glad it didn't just say sesame.
Right. They're actually the predecessor to the sesame seed, and they originally come from Africa.
Whoa.
And
Okay.
were super popular in the South, especially in
I
the
love when I get to learn
early
something.
American times.
Yeah, and say the word one more time.
Beni.
Benny.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm writing that down as the one thing I learned today. Thank you so much, Chef. All right. Let's talk about, Neil, the music. She mentioned it. It is fantastic. It's a growing kind of element here. What's going to be going on?
So we have 3 venues that are having shows all weekend. High Noon, Hotel Vegas, and Mohawk. High Noon is doing kind of like a kickoff party for us. It's also a Spaceflight Records benefit show.
Great.
So yeah, so that
Because I do know it's a nonprofit, isn't it?
it's a nonprofit
Yeah.
record label. Yes. So that will be on Thursday. Friday, the Spits are playing at Mohawk. Saturday, White Denim is also playing at Mohawk, and then Sunday, kind of to close everything out, Hard Proof is playing at Hotel Vegas, and we're also doing karaoke inside of Volstead.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna hear the opposite of good if I show up, but that's okay. And then just real quickly before we let you go, your charity partner. Who
Yes.
does this go back to? The Southern Smoke Foundation,
It's the Southern
right?
Smoke Foundation. They're based out of Houston. Chris Shepard is kind of like the ringleader of it. They kind of have 2 different main ways that they help out chefs. One is through if somebody gets hurt or if there's a natural disaster, they're able to help send some money to help people get through. I know they were very helpful in like with North Carolina with Silver. And then also they have another thing that they call Behind You. That's for mental health. So you get free mental health services.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's something that we're really passionate about
100%.
here.
Yeah. So like there's
So
Yeah.
And I know so often restaurants can work on fine margins, and
Correct.
after
Exactly.
the pandemic, we've seen how quickly
Yes.
you can be affected by
Truly.
something that has nothing to do with you or your restaurant. So
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's a really cool org, and I know tickets are still available, so I'm going to tell
Yes.
people about that right now. But you guys, thank you so much.
Thank
And I'm going to
you.
eat this little plate of wings. Thank you so much once we go off
Enjoy.
camera. All right. For more information and to get tickets, y'all visit hotluckfest.com and follow them on Facebook and Instagram at Hot Luck Fest. We'll see you there.